Welcome to Crusader Kings 3 Princes of Darkness. This is my first time recording this series, and as such, I think Raphael Corazon here would be a very good fit for us, but I'll explain more in just a little bit. First, let's jump in and read his introduction. Taken by the church at a young age, Raphael quickly found his talent for petty intrigues. Not very skilled or zealous, he nonetheless used his schemes to gain some influence over the local monks and live a comfortable life. Then one night, Cainite Castillo came. This pagan witch became enamored with one of the monk's sculptures, one that Raphael took credit for. She thus embraced him and asked him to make some more of this art, something that the con man was obviously incapable of doing. Angered, she nearly killed him on the spot until Raphael begged for his own life by saying that his deception was a form of art after all. Amused, Cainite relented and left him to fend for himself in the Cainite world. You have no idea how in the hell you survived, but you did. Now you need to understand this strange new world. Perhaps there are other fools to deceive into teaching you more. So just like Raphael, I am very new to this Cainite world, and I think it would be fun and a very fitting start for us both to venture out and explore what's await us. I am going to stick it on the default settings. I won't change too much here because there's a lot of stuff. And I don't want to read too much because I don't want to spoil myself. I did notice one thing, for example. There's the Black Plague is in this, I think. I can't remember where I saw it, but somewhere around here. But let's go ahead and jump in and start our adventure. Welcome to Princes of Darkness. First thing, thank you for playing the mod. Prince of Darkness is an overhaul of the base game aimed at bringing the world of darkness into life in Crusader Kings 3. As such, it has many gameplay concepts altered and use the extensive lore of its world to propose a different experience all around. So the world of darkness is actually a huge universe that already exists that I wasn't aware of, and already I'm in love with it from the little bit I know. But let's just learn a little bit more of the mod for those of you who are new like me. So let's talk about the main vampire mechanics. Of course, there are vampires in this, as well as werewolves, mummies, gargoyles, demons, angels, I think, a whole host of things. The first thing to note is that as a vampire you are immortal, sort of. You won't die of old age or disease, but being put to the torch or decapitated will still end your own life. As such, succession is a lesser but still present concern for you. In the same vein, marriages can't produce children, so they are mostly a political tool available to a select few religions. I like this. So marriages for alliance seem to be important. Religions are a core part of the gameplay, even more so than in Crusader Kings 3. Here it represents the core philosophical tenets of your character, which help him not fall to the beast. Indeed, the beast, a literal manifestation of your inner monstrosity, is one of your worst foes, and managing your stress is paramount to not fall prey to it, as it would mean your character has become a feral wight, resulting in his abdication. Oh dear, so stress is also much more important. I like that. Take notice of your hunger, a core modifier representing your need for blood. Hunger is used for many schemes and powers and replenishes slowly or with active hunting. Down here, you can actually see our hunger bar. We are a little bit hungry right now, which gives us plus 5% stress gain. And then we have our masquerade as well, which I think it should explain to us in a second. Let's go ahead and look at some more advanced concepts. Vampires are slow at learning new things. As such, you still have access to the base lifestyles, but at a lower rate of progression. You can instead choose to invest your time into the disciplines, opening the powers of the damned for your use. So these are skill trees for vampires, I believe. Buildings represent your influence over the mortal populace. Most are capped by a stat like control, and you will have to choose how to balance these. Note that major centers of populations represented by high development duchy capitals are the biggest asset any prince can dream of. So the way I understand this is this territory here, we don't own it necessarily, but it's like our hunting ground. So let's see. So good old Queen Bada down here, she has a huge hunting ground. Compared to us, we just have this one tiny place. So we're going to want to expand our hunting grounds, really, so we can feed on finer humans. What's this? Warfare is sensibly altered, with a bigger emphasis on knights. The prowess of your knights can easily overcome a much more numerous foe, especially if mostly composed of levies. As such, be very wary of high prowess hostile vampires. What's my prowess? I have 16 prowess. That does not seem very high. What about my sire? She has 36 prowess. That's a little bit stronger. Yeah, that's a little bit worrying. We're gonna have to try and improve our prowess somehow. So what's this? The world and its lore. Let's learn a little bit about the world and the lore. The World of Darkness is a universe running for more than 30 years, with hundreds of books and other medias covering it. The main idea is that in our world, several factions of supernatural creatures are interacting below the surface, creating an underworld full of intrigues and stories. The vampires of the World of Darkness are mainly the result of the biblical curse against Cain, the first murderer, and most are tracing back their lineage to him in a system they call generations. I think a lot of vampire stuff uses generations, right? The higher, like, the closer you are to generation 1, the stronger you are. This dynasty tree of the undead has branched into several factions, the clans, each with its strengths, weaknesses, and geographical power base. In Dark Ages Vampires, which you are playing now, we are following the undead world at the crossroad of several major crises. The sack of Constantinople has happened and broken the major Cainite emperor of the time, having a ripple effect as far as France and Persia. Meanwhile, the Church Inquisition is gathering support and information, almost ready to usher the Age of Retribution on the cursed bloodsuckers. Okay, I think that's enough reading now. Let's go back to the beginning. Yes, I'm good to go. We could... Let's see, I want more details. Joe, I'm going to click on this, so it'll send me more details over the next few days, and then we can go ahead and look at that. Right, let's finally look at Raphael to see what we're dealing with. As always, I will try and roleplay to my traits and such. We are deceitful. To lie and deceive is in Raphael's nature. We are ambitious. Raphael knows what he wants, and he's not afraid to try and get it. And we're also arrogant. Raphael has no problem with his sense of worth. We're an intricate webweaver with 18 intrigue, so that's our highest stat. So we're probably going to focus on intrigue. We're also a diplomat. Diplomacy, independent ruler, opinion, personal scheme power, that's nice. And then here, so auspex, presence, and celerity are our disciplines we have access to, I believe. So if we go down here, we should be able to see these here. Which ones did we have? There we go. So you've got auspex here. I think I had discipline somewhere. There's celerity. Disciplines in this one, is it not? What was it? I've already forgotten. Presence. Oh, it was presence. Ah, okay. I think presence is in sanguine, which is fitting because if we go back, we actually have a 10% more experience if we go sanguine. We also have 30% more experience in intrigue. But look at that, we only get 7 XP per month. We already have diplomat. What can we get here? Opinion gain from send gift. Title creation cost. We can get some more casus bellis. Forced vassalization. We can propose one alliance without a marriage. That might be useful. But I think we're going to focus on presence for now. Purely because of this lingering kiss. So there's new schemes and things we can unlock. This one gives us... one of them, I think, eventually. Yeah, entrancement down here. The kiss of a vampire induces near ecstasy in mortals, but this power leaves other kisses in the dust. Mortals fed upon by the user become addicted to the kiss, obsessing over it, and even seeking the vampire out for repeated feedings. When you hunt, you can choose to add your victims to your herd. Right, let's go ahead and focus on presence. That's another thing, herd. I can actually add someone to my herd right now. We haven't finished this, though. We're beautiful. We are a vampire, so there we get a godlike health boost, +5 prowess. We're a Toreador. That's our vampire clan. So as you can see, we get extra XP for these specific trees. And we are a 5th generation vampire. So we get Gauler damage and toughness +30%. So we're not that far off. In fact, if we go... So my sire would be 4th generation. And then her sire is 3rd generation, as you can see. And then if we go back far enough, there's actually Cain himself. So we are a descendant of Cain. Right, first thing we need to do is probably find some mortals to feed upon. So let's go ahead and do that. I think we'll just stick to peasants now because these guys all cost resources and it's quite hard to get these things in this mod. So let's go ahead and find mortals. What I can also do is herdify you. You do have... So these little circles here tell me which essence they get. So this is sanguine deceitful. So I will try and herdify her. And basically what it means, if I add her to my herd every year, I feed on them and get a little bit of bonus experience, which is very useful. What's up here? We can station men-at-arms. What men-at-arms do we start with? I have a unit of caballeros and a unit of bowmen. Are caballeros our unique unit? I think they might be. So let's go ahead and zoom in, and we'll go ahead and station these guys. At least we don't have anywhere to station my bowman. Not yet, at least, but that can change in the future. We can look at buildings now as well. So as you can see, we have subtle merchant influence. We gain 0.3 tax, but we lose 20 popular opinion. And then we have underworld influence as well. We gain tax, but we lose more popular opinion. So popular opinion is going to be a problem at the moment. We can build more buildings, but as you can imagine, most stuff here has a negative. So look at blood tax. We gain a lot of gold, but then we lose development, growth, and popular opinion. And of course, development is very important because that decides how much gold we can earn, I think, from button. If we go down here and we go to development, yeah, so we want to go over here, really. That's the best hunting ground near us. But that's something to worry about in the future. For now, I think we'll try and obtain Aragon because it hasn't been formed. I do have a liege, though. 29 prowess. He's much stronger than us. Can I sort his courtiers by prowess? He doesn't have very strong champions, I don't think. But neither do I. Oh, dear. Okay. Right. We'll figure this out. I can create an accolade. Not right now. Potential alliances. None of you guys are actually inside of my realm, though. I don't think we can actually get any alliances here. What I should do is try and find a marriage. Now, there's two things. We could either try and find someone with a lot of units, like maybe Countess Alia here. Where is she? Oh, she's right next to us to the south. She has 1,000 men, 900 skeletons even. Is she a necromancer? She is. She's a necromancer. Oh, wow. Or, if I check her champions... Are her champions that strong? 28. Or what we could do is maybe sort by prowess. Like, look at Magdalene. She has 41 prowess, but only 1 intrigue. I guess we would want intrigue as well. I mean, you have 19 prowess and 16 intrigue, so she could fight for us. She's a 9th generation vampire, and she would have a claim as well. Should I go ahead and marry Maragux here? Or should I go purely based on prowess and marry Magdalene? I think Magdalene, just because she does have that extra... Look at that, 41 prowess. She's going to be an incredible fighter for us. She's a 6th generation vampire as well. Let's go ahead and send the proposal. We're going to marry her just so she can fight for us. As for building, I don't think we're going to do anything now. What kind of decisions do we have? Dreaming again. In 1204, the unthinkable happened. Michael, patriarch of the dream of Constantinople, died as his city burned. Since that fateful time, numerous followers of the dead archangel have attempted recreating this most holy utopia. So, oh wow, this is a lot of stuff. We get presented with a choice between renewing the archangel's faith or just enjoying the material rewards. We convert to the Codex of Legacies. Oh, we need to check our faith. Because it's not really our faith, it's kind of our undead beliefs, I guess. Because we're dead now, we don't believe in the ordinary gods and whatnot, I imagine. Dazzling grandeur, the greatest Toreador trendsetters, respected and admired far and wide for their bold, artistic and learned endeavours. You must strive to be the most renowned patron of the undead world. So we need to be independent. We have royal courts, we need 10 grandeur. And we need to be a kingdom, so that's a long-term thing. The founder of Clan Toreador, Arica, once ruled as a goddess of Suma. A bitter rival Enoya of the Gangrel forced her out, creating a feud between the two that subsist to this night. Your fame as Arica's foremost defender will be secured and Clan Gangrel will be shamed. Okay, that's stuff that happened before our time. And then we have our regular stuff here, I imagine. Anything else? I don't think we could invite champions. This might be worth it. 12 or more prowess still. Maybe we'll wait. Right. I think we're ready to begin playing. We've already started a hunt, so let's go ahead and unpause. No, we need to check our council. Oh, dear. Oh, we don't have very good stats in my council at all. I could do with a better marshal, especially. And definitely a better spy master. What about a court chaplain? I could do a better everything. Do we have anyone who is unmarried? Let's go ahead and search here. And we'll sort by age as well. So, what do I need? Someone, martial. There's no... She has 12 intrigue. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Let's go ahead and marry them two off, so at least then we can bring her to my court. What about you? I think... There we go. Afia here. Can you bring in a better marshal? You can. Okay, let's go ahead and marry you off then. That will be matrilineal. I like that. It auto-picks matrilineal now, so I can't forget anymore. My court chaplain. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and wait for these marriages to trigger, because I forget who I've already invited. We are noticing that you're using a better barbershop mod. Okay, yeah, I've got the load order all good there. What's this? Secrets of the Night. So we can learn a bit more about disciplines. The disciplines, which are vampiric powers, are represented by unique lifestyles in the mod. You can only spend points in a tree if you have the corresponding trait. For example, the celerity tree is unlocked by the celerity trait, which we saw here. So we actually have celerity as well. You gain lifestyle XP for these trees mostly by hunting mortals or herding them. Herding means keeping a mortal close to as a source of blood for a longer time. Both are a character interaction available with mortals in your location. So we've already covered this. So let's go back in there. Embrace and child. As a vampire, you can't have children. The children's tab in your character sheet represents your child. The mortals you have turned into vampire. We can turn people into vampires. To do so, you can use a character interaction on any mortal in your location. Once the interaction and consecutive schemes are done, the mortal becomes a vampire, your child. Take notice that you will have to educate them after, which can be costly or dangerous in different ways. So we don't currently have one, I don't think. Yeah, we don't have one. So if we die, I actually become you? I think? No idea. No idea. Hopefully it doesn't go that far. Right, the Masquerade. The Masquerade represents how much you are exposed to mortal authorities, such as the Church. In-game, it is a character modifier ranging from 0 to 5. Exposure can rise by using vampiric powers, hunting mortals, and various events. If it rises too high, Inquisitor cells will rise against you. You could also be targeted individually by Inquisitors trying to hunt you down. So there's humans trying to hunt us down as well. To decrease your exposure, most religions can use the cover-up masquerade interaction by right-clicking on your character. Religions who don't care about the masquerades don't have this luxury. Okay, I think we care about that. We'll have to check after. The Hunger. The Hunger represents how much a character needs blood. It is represented by a character modifier ranging from 0 to 5. Hunger rises mostly by using vampiric power. If it rises too high for too long, you won't be able to use vampiric powers anymore, and some nasty events might happen. To decrease your hunger, you must hunt mortals, a character interaction on any mortal in your location. Okay, I think we've got it. I'm good. Let's go. We're going to work things out now, and I think that we're going to properly get into the mod. Shadow Reconquista. Oh, we have the struggle because we're in Iberia as well. But it looks like they've added some custom flavor for us. Iberia is the traditional center of the power of Clan La Sombra, but the mortal Reconquista has plunged the Magisters into a bitter civil war. To the north, Sylvester de Rui leads the official Christian Clan La Sombra and has the clear ambition of ruling all of Iberia. That's my ambition as well. So we're going to have to deal with this guy. He is a vampire though. Right? Yeah, he's a vampire. But it said he was Christian or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure this out as we go along. He must take notice of his ambitious vassals, though. The likes of Ambrosio, Louis Moncada, or Lucita of Aragon. To the south, after decades of infighting, the Muslim La Sombra, who call themselves Ashira, have found in battle of Andalusia. This name is going to be hard to pronounce. Worthy and proven sultan. Elsewhere, new and old princes from Regal Ventru to Feral Gengur take notice of the weakness of the Magisters and wait for the right moment to strike. This Reconquista could be the last breath of the La Sombra dominance of Iberia. So Queen Bada, we looked at her. She's to the south. Iberia will be whole again. Just give this time. Yes. Oh, okay. There we go. And we've got this here as well. So the struggle has started. We've found some people for our herd as well. Search in the area. You find a number of mortals nearby that would be vulnerable to your machination. Ah, this is... Oh, okay. This was the hunt thing. Right. We're probably going to have to pin some of these. See, you have absolutely none of... You don't... Oh. The thing is, he has 3 greens, which isn't celerity green. Let's take a look I think, I know, Auspex. So it might be worth actually using him to farm some Auspex experience in the future. You do have 1 red, so let's go ahead and ping you as well. That was completely the wrong button. Oh dear. Already we're on to this. Right, let's go ahead and pin you. You have some Sanjin resonance as well, so let's pin you. Oh, you have 2, so I'm probably gonna try and add you or hunt you first as well. What shall I do with them? Let's eat them. Not yet though. I will pin them and then we can keep an eye on them. What attributes do you utilize for the hunt? The choice represents the hunting habits of each individual vampire. 2 identical vampires with different hunting habits tend to be subtly different, mostly in their powers, affinities, or some small other variation. Oh, so we get to pick how we hunt. So what am I good at? Intrigue is probably my best stat. So probably we hunt through deceit, right? Let's go ahead and hunt through deceit. And Censor has accepted my marriage proposal. That might be to one of my courtiers. With deception, I steal the blood that I need. But now we need to decide how. So we could become a Kokimar. The vampire slakes their hunger on sleeping victims. We increase our intrigue by 2, and we gain obfuscate. So we gain... That's... Oh, it's a discipline. It's a discipline that allows vampires to conceal themselves, deceive the minds of others, or make them ignore what the user does not want to be seen. Obfuscate is part of Cain's curse on the antediluvians in blotting them out of creation. I like this. Phlegmatic resonance. Ah, so that's the Auspex. That would be good for Auspex. Okay, we can have familiars. The vampire has their own family, as heard. We get diplomacy. I don't think we want this one. Yes, we get dominate. Dominate is a discipline that overwhelms another person's mind. Yeah, I like this one so far. What about footpad? This vampire feeds on the blood of the rabble. We get +3 intrigue. Ooh. We get the same. We get obfuscate. We don't get any experience, but we do get an extra intrigue, which I think in the long run is going to be very useful. This vampire feeds on the blood of the rabble. Let's go with footpad. So we're going to go ahead and gain that one. There we go. Right. Have we looked at all of this? We can declare wars, which we will do very soon because I want to expand my hunting ground. But let's go ahead and look at my belief system. So, we are adaptive. County conversion resistance. Infidel vassals are less likely to join independent populist factions. And then all prodigals... I assume that means followers. Opinion of different faith liege, +15, and some other opinion stuff there. We got the Pact of Athens as well. Reduces law cost by -10% for each virtue a ruler has, and increases law cost by 10% for each sin. We don't have any virtues or sins. So I think we can actually ignore most of this. Yeah, this is all to do just... Yeah, we're not just either, and we're not arbitrary, so all of this doesn't apply to us. You have access to the developed capital decision, and it is less costly in stress. That might be useful. So we've got our virtues and our sins here. We don't have any of them. Conscience and self-control. Lose piety when seriously wounding or killing mortal victims. So we don't want to kill the people we feed on. Okay. We're going to have to keep that in mind. Lose piety when frenzy. We're not going to want to go into frenzy. Opinions of others with conscience and self-control +10. This is virtuous stuff. We don't care about this. And sins, we don't have this. Monthly piety +30%. That's quite big. And stress gain -10%. Very nice. We have equal gender law, so we don't have to worry about this. We are righteous. So we can revoke landed titles from evil infidels. Lay clergy. 3 pillars. So we're going to have to look at that. Marriage type is monogamous. We can always divorce, which is useful. So if we need a new alliance or something, we always have that. Marriage is unrestricted as well, which makes sense because we can't have children. Bastards can be legitimized. I don't think we can have bastards. King slaying is shunned, but not criminal. Interesting. Is there anything else? Clerical gender can be either they can marry... Oh, what's this? Supernatural tolerances. So we shun everything, but we absolutely hate witch hunters. Witch hunters are criminals, as is infernalism. Characters with the demon, infernalist, or barley traits are criminals and are considered evil. Ooh. And we hate hunters as well, which are humans, are the Inquisition. But everyone else, we just shun them. And then what's this? Doctrines of the Blood, Masquerade. Characters with the traits Consensualist, Cultist, or Familius are criminals. Oh, good job we didn't pick Familius then. Rulers have a Masquerade War. Casus Belli against High Masquerade Exposure Rulers. Wait, did I pick Familius? I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did. Oh dear, maybe I should have read this first. So that's all there. So if anyone else in our clan has low Masquerade and exposing themselves to the humans and the hunters, then we can actually go ahead and deal with them personally to try and save our clan. Characters with the trait Diablerist or Bloodleech are criminals, okay. Characters with the white trait are criminals. Characters with the Catif 14th... Okay, so low generation vampires are accepted. Unbondable trait is fully accepted. It's shunned. Ghouls are shunned. And blood sorcery is shunned, but we do allow them. Right, so that's quite the belief system. By using the faith system as kind of this, it allows us to give some more details to our vampires. Should we go ahead and finally unpause? I think I'm waiting for my wife. To the impressive Raphael, I accept your marriage proposal. Your courtier Afia and my kinsman Tord will be joined in holy matrimony. Excellent stuff. And you've accepted as well. Is my wife here? There we go. My wife is here. 41 prowess. 100% I need to force her to be my champion. There we go. She's going to carry us in the wars to come. Let's go ahead and put her on intrigue as well. Do I have intrigue stuff? I don't have any hostile schemes yet. That's because we're not hunting anyone. I want to hunt you. There we go. If I go ahead and hunt her, I could hunt her or I could herdify. Isn't this a personal scheme? Yeah, that's a personal scheme. So if we hunt her, that's a hostile scheme. So let's go ahead and do this. We will want all of these in my court eventually. What else was I going to do? Sort the council. There we go. So much stuff being done at the moment. So we got our new marshal. Let's go ahead and assign him. He has very high stats. I've noticed in this mod, stats are very low. So it might be worth converting him to a ghoul. You have 13 intrigue, so let's go ahead and assign you. You are a witch, though. As for everyone else, I think we're somewhat okay right now. Should I turn him into a ghoul? He doesn't have very good prowess, but he does have good martial. I think we should put him on trained commanders as well. It's going to be really important. Right. How would I convert you to a ghoul? Ghoulify? Plot to transfer him. So what's embrace? Ah, he turns him into my child, right. So if I turn him into a ghoul... Ah, it's a personal scheme, so we have to wait for that one. Okay, I think I'm figuring this stuff out. Right. We can declare wars. Who can we declare war against? So we've got Melina, who are right next door to us. Is that a part of Aragon? They're not. But it wouldn't stop us taking their land. We've got Alcanes, and we've got the Brute of Clatayud. That is a part of Aragon, right? Yeah, that is. And I think they might even be the weakest. 30 prowess. If I go ahead and look at his strongest champion, 21 prowess. I think we are stronger thanks to my new wife. Right. And they don't have any alliances. I think it's time to declare our first war to expand our hunting grounds. We could do a struggle clash. 135 prestige. That's 300 prestige. If I do this... You vassalize the contested title, destroying any titles the holder has that are equal or higher tier than my own. Because we're both counts, I think I just get his city. Because he can't be my vassal if he's a count. So let's go ahead and declare the war. I'll go ahead and raise the men as well. They're going to be raised very quickly. And I believe, how do I see champions here? It's in here. There we go. Countess Magdalene is there to help us. So let's go ahead and attack them. Ooh, what's this? The story so far. Cunning Raphael, let's be honest, you have no idea of what the hell is going on. Me too. You barely saved your own life by tricking your sire into thinking that you are an artist of schemes and mischief, but you still have no real clue on how this whole vampire society works. From the few things you have gathered, it would be best for you to learn very fast, because clueless vampires make for dead vampires most of the time. You have only one advantage to speak of, your wits. You are capable of convincing almost anyone to go along with almost anything. This might be your lifeline. I can make it! So as Raphael, you have a special character interaction costing prestige to trick other landed rulers into giving you something. The specific reward depends on their traits. But what... Okay, costing prestige. Ah, so if I go here... Let's say... What do I have? Where is it? My best offer? Propose an extraordinary offer to this ruler? Ah, and then it costs prestige. Okay, I think that's what it means. Let's wait before we spend our prestige, because it's quite hard to get. With my marriage to Countess Magdalene, the realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during a time of jubilation. Do you know what? Ooh, golden prestige of both. Because we have our unique decision, I'll let my subjects enjoy the festivities without worry or care. We get prestige, but then we also stay hidden. If our people love us, no one will question us and no one will find out that I'm a vampire. That's my plan there. Look at that. We're absolutely destroying them. And you can see that one champion they had left was doing an amount of work.